Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you as Premier Boxing Champions presents the official weigh-in for our big night of action coming your way tomorrow night downtown Los Angeles, Staples Center, as we present Fox Sports BBC pay-per-view, and it's all brought to you by MGM Resorts, O'Reilly Auto Parts, and Lucas Oil in a promotion of Man Down Promotions, Sean Porter Promotions, and TGB Promotions. At this time, we begin with our opening attraction on pay-per-view, 10 rounds of boxing and a welterweight special attraction. At this time, we ask you to welcome the fighters as they make their way to the stage. First, we have the hard-hitting and exciting battle-ready welterweight contender from Covina, California. Please welcome the Gladiator, John Molina Jr. And his opponent now making his way to the stage, the world-ranked welterweight contender from Riverside, California. Here is the popular fighter known as the Riverside Rocky, Josecito Lopez. And now let's bring our fighters to the scale at this time. Our welterweight attraction, weight limit is 147 pounds. First to the scale at this time, 24 knockouts in his 30 victories. Please welcome the respected welterweight battler known as the Gladiator, John Molina Jr. 146.2 or 146 and a quarter pounds, 146 and a quarter for John Molina Jr. And his opponent to the scale at this time, 19 knockouts in his 36 victories, the popular welterweight contender, the Riverside Rocky, Josecito Lopez. 146.6 or 146 and a half pounds, 146 and a half for the Riverside Rocky.
Ray, I know you absolutely love the look of this one. You got two brawlers, similar in age, similar records. What's the difference maker in this fight?
I think, well, experience and durability. Look, both guys have had a lot of wars. Who's got more fight left living?
Keith?
I fought Josecito Lopez earlier this year, so we know that he had a great fight against me. He wants to be active. I think this is a terrific fight. They both really are move-forward fighters. This will be one of the most exciting fights of the night.
Yeah, definitely two battle-tested warriors going at it. See, like Ray said, let's see who has more left in the tank. Josecito had a good fight against Thurman, and I expect it to be a great fight.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. 10 rounds of boxing opens up our pay-per-view night of action. The Riverside Rocky versus the Gladiator, 10 rounds welterweight special attraction. All right, fans, here we go. We are ready to bring out our fighters in our next attraction as we continue with our weigh-in for our pay-per-view portion of our big night of action tomorrow night. Premier Boxing Champions presents fighters in the first of our world title attraction. Please welcome the boxers as they make their way to the stage at this time. First, we introduce the highly decorated amateur star and 2016 Olympian. He's the undefeated super lightweight world contender. Please welcome Batir Akhmedov. And his opponent joins us from San Antonio, Texas, a city he proudly represents. He's the undefeated world rank contender, making his first attempt at a world title. Introducing Mario El Azteca Barrios. And we're scheduled 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBA Super Lightweight Championship of the World. At this time, we present our fighters to the scale at this time. First, with a record of 7 wins, no losses. He has 6 wins coming by way of knockout. He's the undefeated contender and super lightweight sensation, Batir Akhmedov. 139.4 or 139.5 pounds for Akhmedov. And his opponent, with a fine record of 24-0 with 16 knockouts, he's the popular undefeated super lightweight contender, Mario El Azteca Barrios. 140 on the nose, 140 the weight limit for this WBA Super Lightweight Championship of the World.
Keith, Mario Barrios, this feels like a big stage for him. Is this fight an opportunity for him to prove that he really belongs at 140?
Definitely. He has a championship bout, 12 rounds of an exciting night on the undercard of a pay-per-view event, LA Staples Center. This has to be the biggest opportunity that he's gotten thus far. He's fighting an undefeated Olympian. He has the experience and he should be victorious, but he's fighting somebody who wants to be world champion really bad. It should be a great fight.
Well, for both guys, it's the biggest showcase you can get in your career, being on on the undercard of a major pay-per-view event until you get to be the main event of the pay-per-view. I've heard a lot about both guys. This could be, again, still the show.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's for the vacant world title, Mario El Azteca Barrios versus Batir Akhmedov. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBA Super Lightweight Championship of the World. Both of these fighters are ready to go for their first world title attempt. And now, back to you, Kate. All right, fans, here we go. Premier Boxing Champions presents the official weigh-in for the co-main event of the evening. Before we bring out our fighters to step onto the scale at this time, let's take a closer look at this matchup for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World.
No, I'm still the true belt holder.
I'm the champion. If your name is not under champion, you're not a champion.
I feel more motivated than ever. I have the opportunity to become the youngest two-time super middleweight champion in history.
Benavidez is something of a wonder kid.
I gotta make him respect me from the get-go, and I'll do that.
I have everything to take the belt from Anthony Durrell. He probably wouldn't have been here today if he would have gone through me a long time ago.
Both guys came to fight. Oh, they're going at it.
I'ma outthink him. I have been doing it for 25 years, 3 more years longer than he's been born.
So another one, there he goes! This place is erupting!
I have the power, I have the youth, I have the people. I'm fighting in my own backyard. I guarantee you I'm gonna get a knockout.
Oh, the right land! Sweat flies!
I feel like it's gonna be much more satisfying when I go and take it from him. You know, I didn't lose to nobody. He might retire after this fight, I don't know.
Can no man retire me? Can no man make me do anything that I don't want to do?
Big shot though by Durrell. Counter combination from Benavidez. And this one is over!
I am gonna give him a beating. I want to go in there, I want to get a knockout.
We're relentless, no matter which way it forms. I'm going for the knockout. That's what people want to see.
It's scheduled 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World, brought to you in association with Samson Boxing. And now please welcome the fighters to the stage at this time. Introducing first the challenger, former world champion, a young star of boxing. Please welcome the undefeated El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez. And his opponent is the defending world champion from Flint, Michigan, in his 5th world title appearance. Please welcome the 2-time and current WBC Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Anthony "The Dog" Durrell. And our fighters are ready to step on the scale at this time. This World Championship bout, Super Middleweights, weight limit is 168 pounds. First to the scale, with a record of 21 wins and no losses, he has 18 knockouts. The challenger and former world champion from Phoenix, Arizona, El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez. 167.6 or 167.5 pounds for the challenger. And his opponent, the defending champion, 33-1-1, 24 knockouts, the hard-hitting defending WBC Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Anthony "The Dog" Durrell. 167.6 or 167.5 pounds for the defending champion.
I mean, we heard it before from the two of them. David feels like the title is rightfully his. Anthony feels like he won it. He's the champ. This fight is going to answer a lot of questions, is it, Danny?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like David never lost his belt, so he feels like he's the true champion. And Anthony won the vacant belt, but it was his belt before that, so he got it back for the second time. So we're gonna see who's the real champion tomorrow night.
Yeah, this fight here, it really says it all. I love this fight. This fight could be a main event in itself. It's just a terrific fight. You know, Durrell is a dog. They've both been doing a lot of barking, and we get to see, you know, some dogs bark, some dogs bark and bite. So can he take a bite out of Benavidez tomorrow? We will all find out.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's the co-main event of the evening, 12 rounds, WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Anthony "The Dog" Durrell versus former champion El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez.
David. I'm going to talk with David first. Showing respect there with your opponent. Some words said between you and Anthony Durrell just now. What were you saying to him? I heard him say, "Are you ready?"
No, we both said we're ready. We said let's get the fans a fight they want to see. Let's give them a war and let's steal the show tomorrow night.
You said you fought boxers, brawlers, but never fought a champion. Do you feel like you need to knock him out to be a true champion?
That's what I feel like we have to do, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Pero le quiero mandar un saludo a toda la gente de aquí, toda mi raza. Los quiero mucho y vamos a ganar la pelea mañana. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. David Benavidez over to the champ, Anthony Durrell. Anthony, a lot of talk about your experience, but is there a part of you that wants to teach this young 22-year-old fighter a lesson?
No, just teach the world about me. I'm gonna teach the world. I'm gonna make it a class. You know, I'm the teacher. I gotta give lessons.
How are you feeling coming into this camp? Because you seem more focused than I've ever seen Anthony Durrell.
I'm confident. I'm confident. You know, that's where it comes first, and I'm just ready to fight on the 28th. It's gonna be a war.
Most definitely is. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we'll send it back over to you.
And ladies and gentlemen, Premier Boxing Champions presents the official weigh-in for the bout you've all been waiting for, the highly anticipated showdown for the unification of the Welterweight Championship of the world. Before we bring out our fighters, let's take a closer look at the two competitors, Errol Spence Jr. and Sean Porter. Introducing Errol.
I'm better than Sean in every category. Doesn't stand a chance at all to beat me. Get ready for the fight of his life.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Showtime.
I'm not here for popularity.
Sean
I'm here to win.
Porter.
He's not stopping anybody.
Finally, we got a date, venue, all of it.
We've been on a collision course for some time now.
You can only expect dynamite.
That time has finally arrived for us to crash.
Big right hand. That's throwing a barrage of punches. Porter digging away at the body.
It's my punch against his.
Big right hand on the butt.
I think he's a little away from having what I have.
It all changes.
I'm looking to be the undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
When you get in that ring and that bell say ding, it's on, baby.
And now, please welcome to the stage at this time, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He's the two-time welterweight champion of the world and the current WBC welterweight champion of the world, Showtime, Sean Porter. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! And his opponent, also a champion from Dallas, Texas. He's the pound-for-pound star and undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world, the Truth, Errol Spence Jr. And it looks like our fighters are just about ready to step onto the scale, reminding you our main event of the evening is for the unification of the welterweight championship of the world. The weight limit on this fight, 147 pounds. Here we go, let's bring our fighters to the scale first with a record of 30 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw. He has 17 wins by knockout in his 7th world title appearance. Here is the WBC welterweight champion of the world, Showtime, Sean Porter.
Let's go, baby. What's up, champ? It's gonna work. What's up, champ?
147 pounds, right on the nose at the limit for the welterweight title. 147 for Sean Porter. And now, we are ready for his opponent, the IBF World Champion, with a record of 25 wins, no losses, 21 wins coming by way of knockout, making the 4th defense of his title. Here is the undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world, the Truth, Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. weighs in the same as his opponent at the limit of 147 pounds.
Keith, Errol Spence is a very big welterweight. Can that nullify Sean Porter's physicality?
Yes, because Errol's a big, strong guy. And if Sean wants to bull rush him, push him off.
I said Keith, but you go.
Oh, I can't hear nothing in this joint.
It's all good, Ray. You know, I mean, Sean is the kind of fighter that he really gets into your chest. But against somebody like me, against Errol and Kell Brook, you know, he's had problems pushing back the bigger welterweights. So he may be presented with that same problem tomorrow night.
Danny, I'm not sure if you saw yesterday the press. It was intense, the energy between the two of them. Do you like what you're seeing from both of them?
Yeah, definitely. I know they definitely want to promote the event and make people tune in and give the people a show before the show. So that's what it's all about.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's a highly anticipated main event of the evening. Champion versus champion for the Unified Welterweight Championship of the World. Live tomorrow night on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. The final time they'll face each other until they meet in the center of the ring tomorrow night for the main event.
Let's start with Sean. Showtime, Sean Porter.
What's up?
History about to be made here this weekend. First of all, I saw you eating some lettuce on your bed. That was the weight cut right on point. Both of you guys hit it 147 on the nose. How are you feeling in comparison to your last fight here on weigh-in day?
Feeling great. I've eaten every single day, all the way up until today, and everything is just clicking on all cylinders. I feel fantastic.
A lot of heat being thrown both ways leading up to this fight. It's all done except for your final words to Mr. Errol Spence Jr.
He knows what it is. He's gonna come ready for the fight. I'm gonna come ready for the fight. Listen, y'all are in for a treat. Him and I, the best of the best, about to get in the ring and do it. He's got all the tools, I got all the tools. My tools better than his better than mine. Y'all about to find out. Great fight.
We're looking forward to it. Let's go over here to talk to Errol Spence Jr. Errol, can you take anything away from the weigh-in, looking at an opponent, facing off with him? What did you see today?
I ain't see nothing. I mean, he's a fighter, he's a champion just like me, and we're gonna get it on. I've been wanting a WC belt for a long time, and now he's gonna hand it over to me come Saturday night, or I'm gonna take it off of him.
What do you have to do to walk away the unified champion tomorrow night?
Do what I've been doing, just winning and looking good. So I know he's a tough fighter, he's gonna come to fight, but like I said, I'm gonna break his will, and I'm gonna be the first person to stop Sean Porter.
All right, we're looking forward to it. One of these gentlemen will join a very special class come Saturday night. Kate, we'll send it back to you.